Welcome. My name is Amory. Many of you are familiar with my story, and for those that aren't felt so familiar, I was a victim of a crime shooting back in 1999 that left me paralyzed from the waist down. As I sit here, I see a community together. This bullet may have left me in the most vulnerable position that anyone could have ever lived. Yet, this bullet gave me the power, the courage, the strength to find my passion. My passion is to prevent youth from street violence, from our youth that we have to respect. My passion is to fight against people who put politics over people. Today we come together because we're firm believers of the value of our youth. I thank each and every one of you for standing strong, for standing with us. And I hope I get to see all of you for the next one and the next one until we get all these politicians to agree that we need to get these fundings restored because we're losing too many kids, because we love our kids, and because we have to stay strong always. Thank you.
When I told you about how brave this sister is, she was sitting on Fulton Ave with some headphones on. And that voice had kicked in telling her she wanted to go home, but that taxi just wouldn't come on time. But she's standing with a group of individuals, and all of a sudden those group of individuals start running. And before she could turn around to see why they were running, something pushed her to the floor. She thought it was somebody that hit her with a bat, and when she tried to get up to start fighting, she couldn't move. And when she tried to see who it was that had hit her, nobody was there. Suddenly people start screaming and crying. And someone says, Amory's been shot. That bullet came in through the back, hit one of those lungs, hit the second lung, traveled up, stopping an inch shy of her heart. Some of us know how blessed we are every single day. She lives this. When she woke up after being in a coma for 4 days, and they put her in that senior citizens home, when she talks about being afraid to get up or getting close to any of those 80 and 90-year-olds because at 19 years of age, there she was, getting used to them, getting to know them. 19 years old, getting to hang out with 80 and 90-year-olds, but she'd wake up every day knowing that the person she just became friends with passed away the night before. But they were in their 80s and their 90s, and somewhere along the line it makes it easier because that's normal. But what isn't normal is the fact that one of the soldiers in our midst, someone who's been at this for so many years, can actually build a shrine in memory of all those kids. Before you leave, before we exit this parking lot, please look at what General McFadden has done over there. Dedicating that, the names, the hands, the ages of the babies that are being buried in our community. Make sure you walk on over there. Sister McFadden's going to talk in a couple of minutes. But I just wanted you to know that this is why we are here today. When we reached out to Amory, she wasn't interested in talking to us. She didn't want to work with us. But 2-3 years after, she started coming out and she started touching the souls and the hearts of our brothers and sisters. She started walking into correctional facilities where dudes serving life heard her testimony. Dudes that'll never see freedom heard her testimony and say they're going to change for the better because of her. She goes into kindergarten classrooms and first grade classrooms to inspire and say, don't pick up a gun because you don't want to be the cause of this. Don't pick up a gun because you don't want to give up your life and your freedom. That's what she does. Now, it's not just Strong that's been affected or been impacted by the defunding of services, right? It's all agencies, all youth-serving agencies. Along the lines I mentioned before that we don't get too much support from politicians, but we have the village trustee of Freeport, Carmen Pinheiro, who actually stopped in and she's very supportive of our cause. So I had to correct that. Slowly but surely, there are going to be more brothers and sisters joining us, and we hope that this is just the beginning. We hope that we can get more people involved. We hope that people don't get shaky, that people understand the reason as to why we're here. I'm going to pull up Mia Zatar, who's the new executive director of Strong, who's going to tell you a little bit about how we're trying to change the philosophy, because Brian Jones has made one thing clear. The way we feed our children, the way we feed our children through knowledge, by inspiring them to dream, it can't be dependent upon somebody else holding those purse strings. There's enough resources, there's enough revenue within these communities where all we need is ourselves.